Hey, have you ever stood in front of a brand new outdoor grill, feeling that mix of excitement and doubt, wondering if it's really going to live up to the hype before you hand over a chunk of your budget? I was in that exact spot last month when my friend was about to splurge on a built-in grill for his new patio. He kept asking, will this actually give me the heat I need for a proper sear? And what happens when you're just cooking a simple family dinner versus a backyard barbecue with a crowd? The whole thing felt a little like a gamble, especially when you think about the long-term commitment of a built-in unit. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So I dug into the specs, scoured a handful of generic reviews, and even talked to a couple of guys who've already installed similar units. Here's what I learned about the Bull Angus 30-inch built-in grill and whether it's the right fit for your setup. First off, the thing is designed to be a drop-in unit, which means it's built to sit flush with your countertop or island. That sounds great on paper because it promises a seamless look, but the real question is how easy the installation actually is. From what I gathered, the grill comes with 4 main burners plus a rear infrared burner. The 4 burners give you the classic zone cooking you expect: high heat for searing, moderate heat for sautéing, and lower heat for slow cooking. The infrared burner, hidden at the back, is meant to add extra radiant heat, perfect for a quick finish on a steak or a perfectly melted cheese on a pizza. In practice, this setup works well if you have an outdoor kitchen that already has a gas line ready to connect. If you're a DIYer without a pre-existing gas line, you'll need to hire a professional plumber, and that can add a few $100s to the total cost. Now, let's talk about the cooking surface. The grill boasts 600 square inches of grill area. That's roughly the size of a standard grill you'd find in a backyard, but it's spread across a 30-inch width, which is pretty generous for a built-in. Add the 2 10-square-inch warming rack at the back, and you have a place to keep cooked food warm while you finish the rest of the meal. In real-world use, this means you can comfortably cook a batch of burgers, a few chicken thighs, and a couple of veggie skewers all at once without feeling cramped. I saw a family of 6 successfully pull a whole chicken, a slab of ribs, and a side of corn on the cob off this grill in under an hour, which is a solid demonstration of its capacity. Heat distribution is the next big factor. Bull markets this unit as delivering high heat to cook evenly and thoroughly, and that claim isn't just marketing fluff. When you fire up the burners, the front section quickly reaches 450-500 F, which is sufficient for a proper sear. The rear infrared burner adds an extra layer of radiant heat that helps maintain that temperature across the whole surface. The result is a grill that doesn't have the hot spot cold spot variability you sometimes get with cheaper models. For someone who loves to grill steaks with a pronounced crust, this even heat is a definite plus. However, if you're the type who prefers low and slow smoking, you'll notice that this unit doesn't have a dedicated low heat setting below 200 F. You'll have to rely on throttling the burners down, which can be a little finicky if you're trying to keep a low, steady temperature for a long time. Durability is a claim that pops up in every product description: heavy-duty construction, top quality, you know the drill. The grill's housing is made of stainless steel, which is both rust-resistant and sturdy enough to handle the everyday wear of outdoor cooking. What that really means for you is less frequent need for repainting or rust treatment, especially if you live in a humid or coastal area. One owner I spoke with mentioned that after a particularly windy summer, the grill still held its shape without any warping. That said, the heavy-duty build also translates into a hefty weight. If you ever need to move the grill, it's not something you'll want to haul up a flight of stairs without a proper dolly and a couple of strong helpers. So, if you're planning a portable setup, this might not be the best choice. Energy consumption is another point that often flies under the radar. Because this is a natural gas unit, you'll be tethered to a gas line, which is typically cheaper per BTU than propane. That can save you money over the long term, especially if you're grilling multiple times a week. But you do need to check the pressure rating of your existing line. The grill draws a decent amount of gas when all burners are at full blast. If your line is undersized, you could experience a drop in flame intensity, which would undercut the whole high heat promise. For most new